zoning out right now. He's getting, part of freediving is having a balance between mind and body. So those of you that maybe do yoga or perhaps do maybe some meditation or something like that, it's kind of very similar to that. You get out of your mind, you get just into your zone. So again, guys, we have Martin Stepanek, 13-time world champion and multiple world record holder, demonstrating his breath hold abilities in the pool here. So those of you that can hear me, I know there's plenty of you that can hear me that aren't standing here. You can come check this out. What Brett's job is to make sure that Martin stays safe during this. At a certain time into Martin's breath hold, what Brett will do is he will start tapping him on the shoulder. What that does is that tells the diver he's a certain way into his breath hold, and that as his safety, he needs a signal back to know that he's okay. And he'll go through a series of taps. Right now, those of you that can hear Martin's breathing, he's performing something called purging. The purpose of purging is to clear the carbon dioxide from his lungs so that he doesn't start to get what are called contractions. Those of you that have held your breath for a long period of time have experienced contractions before. What that is, it's almost like a hiccup. It's your lungs trying to tell you to breathe. And it looks like that. You've experienced contractions, right?
Just a few.
How do they feel?
At first they're pretty uncomfortable. Then you sort of get used to it.
Then you get used to it. Training. What Martin does when he holds his breath as an elite freediver, he doesn't pay attention to this carbon dioxide urge to breathe, which is what a majority of people is the strongest urge to breathe for them, is the carbon dioxide. Instead, what he pays attention to is his oxygen levels. And during FII courses, we train you to start paying attention to your oxygen levels. That's how we're able to push you so far. And let you push yourself.
5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Once again, guys, we have 13-time world champion freediver Martin Stepanek performing a breath hold demonstration here in the DEMA pool. We also have a camera focused on him, so you'll be able to see him on the screens over here to actually see him underwater, see what he's doing. His face has entered the water, his airway is now sealed off, so his breath hold has begun. The purging technique is a technique that you do not perform until you've been trained how to do it. It is different from hyperventilation. Hyperventilation does the same thing, however, hyperventilating is very, very unsafe. We do need carbon dioxide to stay conscious. Hyperventilation is something that you cannot pay very close attention to, so therefore should never be done. Instead, purging is a safe way to do it. Again, something that you are trained to do in our level 2 course. So you guys are welcome to look over the edge of the pool, those of you that are real close, and see what Martin's doing. You'll see that Brett is keeping him very close to the edge of the pool. If at any point in time Martin decided that he wanted to come up, he could grab the edge of the pool very easily. He could put his feet underneath him, and then he could come up and breathe. Those of you that are timing along, coming up on approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds. What's your personal best breath hold?
Right now it's just under 5 minutes, so, but I'm not, I don't know, competitive.
Just under 5 minutes, guys. you did during the course?
I got up to about, I think, 4 minutes in the course, which was amazing at the time. And then I kind of just practiced on, you know, doing my breath holds with other buddies. I've got up to just about 5 minutes, just right around 5 minutes. So it's a lot of fun.
And what did you start at? Before the course, what was your breath hold?
Probably about a minute.
About a minute to 4 minutes through the course. Freediving is not something that you're born with a natural talent to do. However, you are born with something called the mammalian diving reflex. And that's in all of us. So what we train you to do is we train you how to access that reflex so that you can do these incredible breath holds. The question I just received, what is the world record for breath hold? I believe it's about 11 and a half minutes currently. For men. What is the women's breath hold?
I believe it's somewhere around 8 and a half, I believe. Is it 8 and a half minutes? Anyone know the women's world record? 8 and a half? Yeah, around 8 and a half minutes.
That's static breath hold. Martin's first world record was set in 2001 with a static breath hold of 8 minutes and 7 seconds. His last world record was in May of 2009 to an incredible depth of 120 meters. He was the first man past 400 feet. 122 meters, I'm sorry. 402 feet. I know it in feet more than meters. We Americans in our imperial system. We have just passed the 4-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen, on the breath hold. I'm going to pass the microphone over to Mermaid Lyndon over here. She has a few thoughts for you.
So I'm just curious, there are a lot of people standing here watching this, wondering how many people have tried freediving themselves at some point. Okay, keep your hands up. How many people are interested in trying freediving? There you go. So it's an exciting thing to try to do because it's completely different from any other aquatic sport. And the differences between freediving and scuba diving being that clearly you're quiet, you're calm, you're one with all the critters underwater when you're holding your breath. You know, you're not scaring them away with loud bubbles, you're not with a crew of people making all sorts of disruption in the water. You just ease down and you're swimming with the fish. And it's a completely different experience with the animals you're interacting with and just the environment, the things that you can hear because you don't have all the noise of the bubbles going by. So it's a really amazing experience. It's something that for all of you who are kind of, I don't know, curious about it, you know, give it a shot. Take a course. See what you can do. And always do it safely. Never try it by yourself. Never hold your breath by yourself. Ever, 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 ever. There's one thing you take away. Never hold your breath alone. Right? Okay.
Absolutely, the buddy system. Buddy, buddy, buddy. Safety, safety, safety. When we talk about having a dive buddy, we do not mean two people, same ocean. Notice how close together Brett and Martin are. That's the same thing we do when we're in the ocean. We're within arm's reach of each other. Those of you that have been watching Brett and Martin, you'll notice that Brett has tapped him 2 times now. Those are his signals to the diver, which is Martin. In exchange, those of you watching on the screen may have seen Martin lift his finger up. That's his sign to Brett that he's okay. Brett went ahead and gave the okay to all of you, letting you guys know that Martin has given a signal. Anybody keeping time?
6:22.
6:25. So Martin has come to the edge of the pool now. Still okay. Those of you that are looking closely and can see Martin, if you see his body moving, Right now, he's experiencing what are called contractions. That's his urge to breathe due to carbon dioxide. He came to the edge of the pool to help fight those off. We're just approaching 7 minutes.